And then I woke up soaked in sweat. Like my life's mission is to chase that feeling of well-being, which is kind of hard to get these days. I will just be like dead. And then I suppose my whole meal prepping career will come to an end. And to establish some sort of morning routine, and I really want to bring up the topic of testosterone. I'm on my way out to a mini walk. It's still Tuesday afternoon and I have like an hour before my next meeting, and I think I'm just gonna work late tonight and use this time while the sun is still out and I really need to get outside. Our hallway is a bit of a mess. We have cat food and then we have this floating shelf that I ordered like 2 weeks ago. I haven't even had time to unpack it. I'm gonna do that later or maybe even tomorrow. And I already unpacked my new winter boots, which are the exact same as my old winter boots, which broke after only like 2 winters really, which is really sad because they are still like in pretty good shape, but the sole sort of broke on both shoes at the same time, and now I get wet feet when it's wet outside. I just didn't find any other boots that I liked, so I ordered the exact same ones. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready, go for a walk, enjoy the sun, and then I have another very long meeting. Today is a very intense day. I just got back from my walk and a trip to the grocery store. I got some tissues, some very exciting toilet paper. I honestly gotta say that right now work is so crazy that I rarely make it out of the house to the grocery store, which is like 5 minutes down the street. I don't really have time to make green juice during the day, which I used to do, like take half an hour break, work a little longer at night. Right now I'm like but I get the most exciting stuff of the day is cat grass. And then I just got the usual, some protein bars, soy milk, which I again haven't had in a week or so since I really didn't make it to the grocery store. And then I got this Bangkok curry and some vegan bolognese for convenience again. I'm not really into cooking these days. And honestly, starting from February, I probably will hardly cook anymore because again, I'll be going to the office twice per week. Then my husband usually cooks like once or twice, like in the evenings. And then I have some leftovers and then I suppose my whole meal prepping career will come to an end. Let's see. And then another thing I've been wanting to do for a while is to open this parcel. I think we got this a couple days ago and I still haven't gotten around to opening it. Oh, Neo, be careful. And it's something that I'm really excited about. And I ordered it probably 2 months ago. And it is a new shelf for our kitchen. It's a floating shelf. Oh my god, I think it's really pretty. I can show you where it's gonna go eventually once I find the time to actually install it. But so we have this white floating shelf over the coffee machine. It was there when we moved in, which as of yesterday is actually exactly 3 years ago. Crazy. But I think a wooden floating shelf would look so much nicer and would actually sort of transform the kitchen. I think that's a nice little change to do that's like pretty inexpensive. Oh my god, I think it's perfect. Yeah, I think I will be installing this probably in 3 months. I don't know, maybe on the weekend, maybe actually on the weekend, let's see. It's Friday night, I just got done with work and I'm exhausted. This week has been intense, like every week since January or like in January has been intense. But yeah, I'm super excited for the weekend. We are invited over to friends for dinner tonight, which is really nice. Although I gotta say that right now, I would honestly just love to stay at home like every single night, like lay on the couch, do nothing, go take a bath, go to the gym, maybe sometimes. I don't know. I feel like life right now is just too much. It's overwhelming, and the whole return to office thing is still like killing my vibe. I went to the office yesterday, and once again, it was such an intense day, and I'm just not used to anything anymore these days. It's just draining, and on top of everything, I have not been sleeping well in weeks, really. Like on and off, I do have a few good nights here and there, but then the 3-4 a.m. wake ups have definitely returned. Like again, not to the extent that they were before, but this week, last night was the second night that I didn't sleep well, or like didn't sleep just much, really. I woke up at like 4:35, I think, lay awake for an hour and a half, went back to sleep for an hour and a half until my alarm went off, and then I woke up soaked in sweat. Like very stereotypical night sweat kind of sweat, I guess. Like it was disgusting. My whole chest was sweaty, and honestly it was like everything was super red. Like once I took off my shirt and I just cleaned myself with like a wet cloth, like a wet towel, really, because I took a proper shower last night and I didn't want to jump into the shower again. But I kind of, why? I don't know. Is that disgusting? I don't know. Should you shower after like a hot flash / night sweat? I don't really know. I'm kind of new to this still. I feel like night sweats have not really been my biggest issue so far. I feel like they're sneaking in more and more, but this one has been intense. It's just not nice. It's just not great. And once again, I wonder how I'm supposed to deal like once I need to return to the office, because right now I try to take a nap like pretty much every single day, and that's what kind of keeps me afloat. But then I obviously won't be able to take naps, at least not every single day, and then I will just be like dead. It's Tuesday and it's lunchtime, and it's the last week of me working from home the entire week, and I decided not to go to the office. I was considering going on Thursday, but then we have a vet's appointment in the morning and it would be quite stressful. So yeah, decided to enjoy my last week working from home. But anyway, it's gonna be the new reality from next week on. Even though I will only go once next week because we are flying to Dubai mid next week. So I'm excited for that. I really need to get out of here. Yeah, a couple nights ago we had like ice rain. So like the entire city was covered in ice. Last night it snowed, and while I don't know, again, I love snow, I love winter, but at this point I'm just so over it. And Dubai, we are only going to be there for like 5 days, and I don't know, I'm not necessarily super excited to go to Dubai, but it's not crazy far away and the weather is supposed to be really nice and warm. So it's like a good mix of not traveling too far, not having to have a layover somewhere, and still having really nice and hot weather. But yeah, that's what's going on. Tonight I'll be meeting a friend that I haven't seen in a while. She also started on HRT probably a good month ago. And she's been experiencing like crazy hot flashes at the age of 40. And she says that has become a lot better, but I'm really excited to see what else, like to have like a proper talk about it later tonight. Good morning. It's early in the morning. I have about an hour before my workday starts, and I finally had a good night's sleep again. I'm not 100%, but I'm finally feeling so much better. I'm currently having breakfast, the usual cup of coffee, decaf, obviously. And I finally wanted to make some progress on the shelf that I want to install. But since taking down the old shelf, we have all these holes in the walls. So I bought some, I don't know what it's called, and some paint to hopefully be able to cover up like the lines and the holes. And then we have some special drywall screws, and maybe even today or tomorrow I can finally set up the shelf. And I also need to show you our kitties. lounging in the boxes. Anyway, let's try this. Okay, I think I will let this dry, sand it down later, and then cover it up with some white paint. Another thing I finally want to get done before work is to do some laundry, because again, I feel like I'm behind on laundry. I also wanted to talk about the dinner with my friend the other day. We had some pretty deep talk, which was really nice and much needed in a way. We talked a lot about like work and finding fulfillment at work, but we also talked about testosterone. And yeah, one thing that I've realized is that I really like, my next visit is mid-February with my GP, and I really want to bring up the topic of testosterone. I was once again thinking about the fact that my testosterone was very low to begin with, so I think it's not unreasonable to ask for it. I'm out on a walk. It's really nice outside. I was in meeting all day today and then getting some focused work done, which I will continue once I'm back home. But for now, it's really nice to be outside. And yeah, I'm just wearing my trainers because on a bit of a whim, I decided to take my old boots to the cobbler yesterday instead of keeping the new ones, because they were kind of, I don't know, a little bit tight. Again, it was the exact same model, but I don't know if they changed it a little bit. So it wasn't as comfortable, and I was like, oh man, I'm not sure I'm ready to invest this amount of money in the exact same shoes, which are for some reason sort of uncomfortable. So yeah, decided to take them to the cobbler, and then only later found out that it may take up to 2 weeks to get them back. And now I'm like freezing. But anyway, I guess it's gonna be fine. Other than that, I'm doing so much better than yesterday. I hadn't slept well in a couple nights, and I was almost scared that my anxiety depression sort of phase was returning, but luckily it was just a lack of sleep. And I did take melatonin last night, actually, for the first time in like months and months, but it did help a lot, and I'm feeling so much better. Yay, I'm excited. I feel like my life's mission is to chase that feeling of well-being, which is kind of hard to get these days. But yeah, I just wanted to briefly check in and show the result of the new floating shelf. Yay! I'm really excited about it. I didn't really get a chance to show it earlier because, I don't know, I put it up and then I was once again busy. And also today, it's Thursday night, I'm just busy. And I'm freezing cold because I was just out on a quick walk, but it's so cold that I'm still like, my legs are frozen, my face is frozen, my hands are definitely still frozen. But I made myself some tea. It's actually already 6:15, but I think I'm gonna work for like another hour or so to get some work done, and I kind of cross it off my list so that I don't have too much to do Friday. I can't wait for a holiday next week. It's much needed. But yeah, one thing I really want to do after our trip, I'll say latest in like March, is to finally start getting up early again and to establish some sort of morning routine, because that's another thing that came out of the chat with my friend the other day, that I just don't like, due to the fact that I have all these sleep issues and I reset my alarm to later in the day because I lie awake at night, and I just don't have a morning routine. And then I get out of bed and I scramble to get everything done, or like to get ready for work, and then it's the work day, and then it's like gym or meeting someone, and then the day is over and I didn't even have time to meditate, to edit, to get anything done. And I think it's gonna be even worse, like a lot worse, with the whole return to office thing. I think I don't know how I'm supposed to establish a proper routine that takes or like leaves some time for myself early in the morning. And I think I would be way more content if I were to have these moments in the morning for myself again, even if I am tired, which I am sort of anyway. So let's see. morning. It's Friday morning and I'm so happy. This was the first time in months, it feels like, that I did my morning routine and it feels so good, honestly. Oh my goodness, it's still super early in the morning, so I'm still like early to start my work day. And I think we were in bed by 10 last night, which is sort of our usual bedtime. Sometimes it gets a little bit later, but 10 is like what we are, or what I'm aiming for. But yeah, we're in bed by 10, probably slept by 10:30, and then I woke up at like 20 past 6 naturally, and I had to pee, and then I had the struggle going on in my head. Am I gonna go back to bed and just lie there and probably ruminate on things, or am I gonna just get up and do my morning routine? And thank God I decided to get up. It does take a lot of willpower sometimes. But yeah, I'm so glad. It feels so much better than just lying in bed, ruminating, then going on my phone, checking Instagram, checking WhatsApp, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. That's a bit of a win. But yeah, we do have a bit of a busy weekend. Dinner with friends. Once again, I feel like I'm doing the same thing every single week, going out for dinner. And then we're invited to this birthday party Saturday night, which is going to be a bit of a bigger, longer night out. And then next week is once again going to be busy. And then on Thursday, we are flying out to Dubai. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.